All right, well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Connection Hangout. It is Wednesday, January 29th, and we're excited to be broadcasting this program live all around the world. Yay. My name is Paul Taira, and I'm joined by my co-host, David-asarnow. Welcome, David. How are you doing?
Hey, Paul. It was awesome seeing you this weekend.
Yes, it was great. Great seeing you live and direct. You're a lot taller than I remembered you to be.
Yeah, I've been taking a lot of ASEA.
Yeah, that orange therapy, is that, you're trying to get me to do that, right?
The orange therapy, orange theory.
Orange theory, okay. That's like the Arctic vortex or whatever I said last week, right?
Yeah, last week that we once again got and shut down the city of Atlanta.
Well, this week I did. I remember I've been looking out the window and being all jealous of the great weather. This week I did actually tee it up. It was gorgeous out there in the mid 60s, so I apologize for that.
I'm glad for you.
All right, we're also joined by Brent Brooks, who's going to be moderating our comment thread. So feel free to type right in the comment box just below there. We love to hear your input and feedback. We go back afterwards, and feel free to say hi and give your shout-outs. The Connection Hangout, it's a show that allows you to get connected to industry leaders, professional athletes, celebrities, and even ASEA executives on a more personal level. What the slogan is for our show here is real people, real results. It's not a business presentation, okay? If you'd like more information on ASEA, the product or the business, please get back to the person who invited you to be on this broadcast. Some of you may also have a button directly beneath the screen that you can click on for more info. If so, you could do that. But of course, be sure to get back with the person who invited you, and they'll make sure all your questions are answered. Now, I want to talk here a little bit, because this is, we were going to have a different guest on this weekend. We were kind of scrambling to finalize the details, and we saw Natalyn speak this weekend and just said, look, this would be so perfect, because all the requests and people who weren't able to make the event on Sunday said, man, I wish I could have been there, I wish I could have been there. So we scrambled to get to the show, to have her on, and I just want to chat here with with David here to get some of the importance of this. So what do you think, David?
Well, you know what's amazing? We had about 100 people there on Sunday, and I'm not easily impressed. I'm a speaker, you're a speaker, and literally for about 2.5 hours, I was there on the edge of my seat. I was taking notes. I was taking pictures of the screen, and here's why. Because Natalyn, not only could she be a stand-up comedian, she has literally broken down the secrets of success in this system that so many people overcomplicate. I mean, I have a background in franchising. I mean, built a top-ranked franchise company. And when I saw how well 3 Minute Peak was put together, I didn't have anything compared to it. And one of the great things is when we can show people a simple way that they can share the opportunity and create a follow-up and not replace, technology never replaces communication with people, but when we enable people to make it easier to share the opportunity, amazing things can happen. And that's when we were saying, you know what, let's just rearrange this whole schedule and let's get Natalyn here on this call today. And she graciously accommodated her schedule to be here.
Fantastic. Let me, before going any further, let's jump right into it. Let me properly introduce Natalyn. Natalyn is from Preston, Idaho originally. She's the youngest of 6 children. She's an academic All-American collegiate athlete, playing 5 years on the Brigham Young University women's soccer team. And after graduating with a bachelor's degree in marketing, Natalyn began working in the network marketing industry, and she's been doing that successfully now for over 17 years, working with new startups all the way to billion-dollar companies. Natalyn has traveled to more than 20 different countries around the world, working with coaching and teaching people to succeed in their life and in their business. Natalyn currently resides in Utah with her husband and their 4 beautiful children, and could not be more excited about the future of her life as she plans to impact the future of yours. So I want to just welcome you right now, Natalyn. Welcome. Can you hear us? Is everything coming in clear?
I can. Thank you very much. It is a true pleasure to be here, and I had a wonderful time in New York on Sunday, and I'm excited to be here again tonight.
Well, we're excited to have you here. One of the things that impressed the heck out of me was the science and the research that went into developing this tried and true system that we call 3 Minute Peak. Would you mind sharing some of the background with the people who are viewing this video today?
Sure. I had the tremendous opportunity of being in this industry for a little over 17 years. And as a part of that process, I worked at one point for a very large company, a billion-dollar company in our industry, and had the fortunate opportunity to be involved in a 2-year project with a little over $1.5 million budget. And we were out to study the behaviors of distributors in this industry. We studied over a base of over 750,000 distributors in over 48 different countries. We were looking for behaviors. We wanted to understand what makes somebody sign up and quit, what makes somebody sign up and engage, what makes somebody love the product, what makes somebody stay. And we really were studying all of the elements of success in this business to try to really understand what can we do to improve people's chances, to help them and empower them to create success. And that background really created the infrastructure for what we've built today. Super. So we're incredibly excited about it. I have a background, again, in network marketing. I've been in this industry, like I said, for a little over 17 years. But one thing that was incredibly important for me was not just to go out and build some piece of technology that I hoped worked. And I realized very abruptly that while I had been on the corporate side and I had studied it from an academia standpoint and research, that I could not stand any longer and try to tell somebody I knew how to do this unless I really had implemented my own theories and proven to be successful. So I went out, I found a company, I joined them, I implemented my processes, my systems, and my programs, and I grew to one of the top ranks in that company and showed and proved the theory over time and continue to do so. And so I really want to understand the industry. I study it, I understand it, and more importantly, my ultimate objective is I believe this is the greatest industry on earth, and it's just hidden under a layer of lack of achievement that is not because of the industry, but because of a lack of understanding of how to really build it. And if we can teach people, we can all be successful, and that's what I'm after.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, we launched the platform with you last year and have had now many months of history. And so speaking specifically to the 3-Minute Peak platform, can you go over some of the performance metrics and some of the things that are working, some of the things that maybe aren't working, what people are doing to create success, and maybe some people that aren't, what they could be doing to increase their results?
Sure. One of the most powerful ways of this system, and one of the reasons we built it, was that it's very difficult. If you look today and you just try to figure out, am I succeeding or am I failing? And if I'm succeeding, why? And if I'm failing, why? And the really hard part about this business is people really don't know. They have no idea what the people on their team are actually doing or saying. And so it creates this element of not knowing. But I can honestly tell you, statistics, we can pull in and now evaluate a base of ASEA associates that are out there doing the business every single day and understand what they're doing that's working and what they're doing that's not. And let me give you an example. Right now, we can have an absolute correlation to training and success. I can tell you that of the people that have participated in the system, right now only 51% of all people have actually watched the training videos. There's 21% that haven't watched any training whatsoever, and then another 30% or so that have watched maybe 1 or 2. But the crazy part is when you dig into those users and find out that of those 51% that actually watched all the training videos, their rate of closing a prospect to become an associate is about 23%. Almost 1 out of every 4 people they talk to are joining them in the business. Where on the other side, if you look at the 21% that have never, ever participated at all in any form of training, their rate of conversion is less than 2%. So they have to talk to more than 40 prospects to get 1 associate in their business. So would you want to talk to 4 people or do you want to talk to 40? Because if you're a business partner, you know, you're 4 people or 40 people. I mean, that's the crazy part. You can be 10 times more effective just by getting trained. And it's interesting because you may be sitting there feeling like you're banging your head against a rock trying to help your team, and it might be as easy as the fact that they're just not learning before they try to engage. Mm-hmm. And impossible to know that without the system helping to kind of give you some of these layers that help you be a more effective business owner. So that's just one example. I want to give you one more example of statistics that I think is very powerful that we've learned. Like I said, my objective with this system is not that technology ever replaces the way this business is done. As a matter of fact, I believe it's been proven out over time that you cannot do this business without some level of social interaction, without some of this face-to-face, knee-to-knee, toe-to-toe interaction. The idea of just building an online business in network marketing has never proven yet to be successful. And 3 Minute Peak does not attempt to do that. Instead, we attempt to teach you how to do the business correctly. And let me give you an example of proving that. You know, we have, this is an actual examples in the system. We have one person that added over 2,000 names to the system. Watched zero training videos. They sent out over 2,000 video links. Out of that, little less than 10% of the people watched them, and they had zero conversion. And the crazy part is, of the 10% that did watch the video, they had less than 10% that watched the video all the way through, and they were sending all the wrong videos. If you look at somebody who did it right, they put 159 prospects into the system. They watched all 10 of the training videos. They sent out 242 videos. Over 50% of those videos were watched. Of the videos watched, 90% watched them all the way through. And we had a 23% rate of conversion from prospect to associate. So again, what this system is trying to do is teach you how to use and invite properly. It's teaching you how to say the right things and do the right things in conjunction with technology to help you duplicate properly. And we've definitely learned that we can see that even in ASEA, even in some of the ways that the business is approached. It's a fascination what we can learn when we leverage technology to help us build our businesses appropriately.
So one of the things that you're talking about here is it's not just using a system to send videos out and a system for follow-up. It's a system to accumulate data, what's working and what's not working. So we can look on the broad spectrum of all the associates. We can see the behaviors that are successful, the behaviors that are not. And one of the things that you mentioned also, talking about statistics, is the videos that people are sending out. Most people are sending out one type of video, and we're actually finding that you're getting much better results if they watch another. So why don't we talk about those statistics and what specific recommendations you can make associates recommend to the associates so they can increase the results.
Yeah, right now we're seeing that of all the videos being sent, you know, of people who are sending these videos, if they don't send them properly without the proper invitation, and if they send the wrong video, they're getting 65% of their videos not even being watched, 22% of them are getting started, 13% of them are being watched to completion. That's it. But if you're doing it the right way and sending the right video, 68% are watching it all the way through. So you can actually flip the statistics all the way around in your favor when you invite properly, which is what you learn to do in the system, and when you send the right video. Now, a fascination among ASEA users is how much you want to talk about your product. Now, I get it. ASEA is a fabulous product. You know, I have been told multiple times all the different ways it can be used. I have personally consumed the product. I like the spray function. I have used it on myself. I've used it on my baby. Look, the product works. I get it. It's fun and exciting. But what's a fascination is, if you were to look at the top 11 videos sent from our system, only 24% of those videos have any relevance to the opportunity. But the reason that that is really painful for you as associates is that of the best videos with the highest completion ratio and the highest action after watching are the 2 opportunity videos, and they are number 1 and 2 respectively. And so the hard part is you're looking and this tendency, this natural tendency to gravitate towards this very powerful product and all the science behind it is actually attracting you to the type of people who don't act afterwards. Whereas the information about the opportunity, the feelings of financial barriers in people's lives, that is something people are willing to take an action on. They're willing to watch longer when it's about them. The whole concept of what's in it for me. Don't talk to me about science and molecules. Talk about what's in it for me. And the amazing part is, if you go out, we actually just engaged in this today. We went and surveyed a group of 22 women today and asked them one question. What is it that you feel is the number one thing that holds you back in your life, that holds you back from happiness, satisfaction? We got 3 answers from these women, and they were consistent across the board. Number 1 was finances, and number 2 was balancing their life between work and family. And when we really dug into it, it came back to finances. And the number 3 was having a skill set that they felt like could take them places in life. And they wanted to go places in life. And so we, again, ended up coming back to finances. Now, guys and gals, 85% of network marketing is driven by women. And if 85% of women, if out of all these women, they all have the same concerns and the same fears and the same things feeling like that's holding them back in life, and not a single one of them mentioned knowing something about redox signaling was what held them back in their life, right? They didn't say that. I was shocked. I was shocked. They didn't tell me that. But they did talk about needing an opportunity. And I think that if you guys realize that there's a lot of people out there craving, hungry for what you have to offer them, the product becomes the confidence and the boost that you have that really makes your opportunity worthwhile. Instead of using it as a crutch, use it as a boomerang. Use it as a slingshot. Send yourself off into the business realms with the thing. But remember, people want what's in it for them, and what's in it for them here is really an opportunity to change their life.
Now, this was powerful, and I remember when some of our earliest conversations over a year ago, you had mentioned going back to that $1.5 million study that took place with over 750,000 distributors worldwide, that was very consistent as well. So it is just, things obviously haven't changed, and that still is the number one motivator for why people engage in a network marketing business.
Yeah, it's definitely, the statistics haven't changed, and I can talk to you about your statistics, but I can also tell you we view these systems for several companies, and the statistics are similar. We have a higher ratio of people watching the videos and completing the videos when it's about them and about their needs, and that tends to be about finances. The opportunity really is a strong story. Don't leave it out in the cold.
Super. So, with all of your extensive background, both on the corporate side of network marketing and on building large network marketing organizations and providing technology solutions to companies, can you give us maybe a couple of critical behaviors that someone should know? And again, not necessarily technology-based, but overall, maybe the top 1 or 2 to create success.
I think that the number one thing, and it's number 1, 2, and 10. It's all the way through. The thing that will help you the most is understanding this. I think people get involved in this business, and they go out there, and somebody says, go make that contact, and they go make that contact, and the person doesn't want to sign up right then on the spot. I mean, it's shocking, I mean, the person's about to make a financial decision that should impact their life for the next 20 years, and we're surprised that they don't want to make that decision in the next 15 seconds. It shocks us, right? But we shouldn't be shocked. Instead, we should be grateful. We should understand, look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do daily, consistent, proper behaviors. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to expect that because I did that today, tomorrow I'm going to be wealthy. Instead, I'm going to understand that what I'm going to do 30 days from now has nothing to do with what I'm going to do 30 days from now, and has everything to do with what I do today and the next 29 days leading up to it. Because if I made 2 contacts, I love this, 2 a day keeps the job away. 2 contacts a day. 2 contacts a day, 2 contacts a day, 2 contacts a day. Eventually, I'm going to end up having 2 contacts and 2 follow-ups every day. And eventually, I'm going to end up having 2 contacts, 2 follow-ups, and 2 sign-ups every day, because I'm just going to put the people into my funnel, and I'm going to keep working every single day. Don't do yourself the disservice of having a delusion of grandeur that people come in this business, they talk once, they talk twice, they sign people up, and they do it again. That's not reality. You share a message once, very simple. allow people the opportunity to view it, you follow up, then you follow up again, then you follow up again, then you follow up again, and eventually you enroll as either a customer or an associate. And all you need to do is put a whole lot of people in that funnel and do the same simple, daily, consistent actions, and the next thing you know, you will have massive momentum and a huge ability to build a giant organization, not because you went out and in one day did it, but because you did daily, simple, consistent actions. And that's really what the system was built for, was to help you do daily, consistent actions to build for your future. And that's what really drives success. And if you go outside of that realm, you're going to struggle, and it's going to be very disheartening. But if you stay in that world, you can also stay in a very positive place emotionally, which is a big part of success.
Absolutely. You know, it really falls into alignment, and we've talked about this on previous calls and lessons. And one of my favorite people that I got a lot of inspiration from was from a coach named John Wooden. Are you familiar with John Wooden?
Absolutely. He's my favorite person to quote.
and really, conceptually, again, John Wooden said, you know, he would tell his players, we never keep track of the score, right, of each basketball game. We just make sure every day we practice, we're very consistent, and that if today is a little bit better than the previous day. And by just focusing on those doable actions on a daily, consistent basis, being a little bit better, the results came. And obviously, no other coach was as winning as him. So that falls exactly in line with that philosophy. And something, now that we have this platform, again, that's really, to reinforce that, is that's really what everyone needs to do. It's like you said, 2 a day keeps the job away. I love that. And you do that every single day without exception. One of you know, our triple diamonds, our Sylvia Fontana, she said, you know, if I would make it a goal, and she has very lofty goals. That's why she got the triple diamond very quickly. Hers was 20 a day. And she said, Paul, I don't care if it was 11:30 at night. I was in my pajamas driving to the gas station, and I talked to the gas attendant or somebody about the business. And I knew for sure they would say no, but it was just the point of that I made a commitment to do X amount per day, and that was how it, you know, and that's what generates her those results you got. All right, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. David, you got anything else you'd like to add before we wrap up here?
I'd love to sit and talk an hour about this, but Natalyn, I know you have a previous commitment that you carved time out for us today, so I'm honored that you chose to do that with us tonight. Thank you. It was awesome, and thank you for sharing this amazing information statistics with our viewers.
Thank you. It was a pleasure, and I genuinely do hope that everybody gleaned something out of tonight, and the most important thing, like I said, go be successful. You know, each one of us we came into this life and this world with a passion and a purpose, and we darn well deserve to get all the way there. So don't cut yourself short by assuming you don't know how to do this. You're more than capable. You are firmly empowered. It's simpler than you think. Just take daily, consistent actions. Use the system for what it was built for, and you can and will do this, and you'll do it well.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Natalyn. Thanks for being with us. I know you got a tight schedule. I know you have to drop off, but thank you so much for being with us tonight.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Wow. So again, everyone, and I see why we're so excited.
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable when you look at how many facts and statistics went into developing the system, and how the more people who are using it, the more data points we get. So imagine when everyone starts to use this system, we can now have back end, okay, this video is working, this video is not. Okay, let's start sending out this video. Oh, we get a new video, we can start split testing, we can start seeing we can see physical, tangible results based upon facts and statistics. That's what blows me away. I love it.
Yes, and by the way, that's what's going on right now. You know, videos are being upgraded, scripts are being written, a lot of things are going on for the next generation. So a lot of great things are happening, and that's all under development right now. So stay tuned for that. Fantastic. Now I want to real quickly send a shout out and thanks to Brent Brooks out there for moderating our comment thread. Really appreciate that, as we're trying to do a bunch of things here while the Hangout's going on. And I want to also mention next week we have a very special guest as well. It is ASEA's new Chief Executive Officer, Charles Frederick Funky III. And I hope Chuck doesn't kill me for saying that. But hey,
weren't we supposed to call him Frederick?
Yes, Tyler. Tyler told me to, Chuck.
Okay.
You watch this rebroadcast. So But it's going to be fantastic. Next week, again, everyone's going to meet the new CEO for ASEA, Chuck Funky. All right. Any closing comments, David?
No, this is incredible. I was excited before this weekend. You take this weekend, you put it like this. In fact, I was honored to have my mom come, and my mom got so excited that she already, and she's on tonight, by the way. She already introduced ASEA to a friend of hers that owns a few pharmacies that's getting on board.
Right, and to clarify for people who were at the event, that was David's mom, not his sister. So, I don't know how many times I can. And if you were there, you know what I mean. If you weren't there, you needed to be there. All right. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. Go out, have a fantastic rest of the evening, rest of the week, and I'll see you later. Take care, everybody.
Good night.